It's not really a concern, to be honest. I'm just focused on just continuing to get better and just still keep building my body up for the season and everything. I could practice right now. I feel great, but the coaches are real cautious with me, and I appreciate them for that. So it's been a good time just to still be here, be a part of everything. I do the walkthroughs and stuff we've been doing, so it's been cool. It's been fun.
Considering the way the season ended on an upswing for you personally, what kind of expectations do you have for yourself this year?
Yeah, I ended the season on a good note. Just still last season, not still feeling like 100% all the time, but now I had my first off season to not just be trying to get back, but to get better, and I've gotten better this off season. So, I'm a lot leaner. I feel a lot healthier. My knee feels a lot better, and I just feel like I'm back to my old self.
Did you not necessarily feel like that at all?
Huh?
Was there ever a point that you kind of felt like yourself last year?
I had times, but coming off an injury and I was playing a little early, so I was still trying to figure out how to deal with like soreness and stuff, and I never really had injuries before, so I don't think I had like a super high like pain tolerance. So like when you have those traumatic injuries, that kind of messes with you a little bit. But now now that I've gotten a full off season to just keep getting stronger, I feel just fine. So it feels great now. I'm not the old guy. We got Tariq Cohen now, so I was just telling him I used to play with them on Madden and everything. So now I'm not the old guy. Nick Bawden, he's older than me as well. So I'm sitting at third right now, and I think Isaiah Davis is the same age as me as well. So Braylon's the young buck in there now. So I'm good. Yeah.
What was your reaction? Were you surprised not to see Aaron today? And how do you feel about your quarterback skipping a mandatory event?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't going to be surprised not to see him. Wasn't going to be surprised to see him. So, I know he's working his tail off. He's still trying to come back, still get back to feeling right from his injury and everything. And I know he's working his tail off. Whether he's here or not, I know he's all in. And it's good for Tyrod and some of the younger quarterbacks to get those reps, because this is Tyrod's first year in the offense and he's still learning everything as well. So it's cool because he also brings a sense of calm to the offense, and it's just going to be good for him to work through mistakes and for the young guys to work through mistakes and growing pains and everything.
You mentioned the 49ers and McCaffrey. Maybe think about your cousin or your uncle Roger Craig?
Yeah, cousin, yeah.
How cool is that? And what's the history there as far as you and the 49ers? Roger Craig was a legend there. And you're opening up with him.
Yeah, it's very cool. I know he's going to be talking stuff to me before the game and everything, even though I know he's going to be rooting for me and everything, so it's going to be cool. And playing the 49ers, Brock was my roommate in college and everything, and McCaffrey, I used to watch his highlights all the time. If you go on my YouTube and you look at Christian McCaffrey and like my history and everything, it'll show I watched like the first 10 videos of like his highlights and everything. So it's going to be cool going against Fred Warner. And then the defense they have over there, it's going to be a great challenge for me just to see where I stand, see where our offense is, and I think it's going to be fun.
Did you talk to Purdy after the schedule came out?
Nah, I haven't yet. Me and him are actually like overly competitive with each other. So like even in college when we play Madden and stuff, like whoever won, like we wouldn't talk to each other for the rest of the day. So like that's how it's going to be until after the game. So yeah,
it's going great. It's a pleasure to be, working with a good group of guys here. Everybody has the same mindset to get better every day, and it's been fun. So
for you, you've probably been used to the same kind of routine from the off season into mini camp and that kind of thing. How different is it? Because how things are structured now. It's a completely different thing at this point in your career.
Yeah. Every team is different. It's just adjusting to what you get to, and so. The adjustment hasn't been hard or anything like that. Just, getting to, it's more for learning everything, how they do things here as far as playbook and the workouts and everything here. But it's an easy transition. They make it easy for you and to learn everything, how everything's run here.
So you compare this offense to the one that, you played with in Dallas.
Mm-hmm. We established something, great in Dallas, and it's potential to do the same thing here. We got a good group of guys here that's willing to be the best O-line as we can, and so me and a couple older guys, we're it's the beginning stages right now, but we're building to that chemistry that we need.
What kind of relationship did you have with Larry Allen? I read some clips last week after he passed that said that he was, he had kind of approached you, I guess, when you first got to Dallas.
Yeah, so Larry was a big influence for me from my first couple of years, coming to training camp and, giving me little tips here and there and just being there. He used to send us texts, before every game, a couple guys on the line just saying, give us, a little encouragement before every game. It breaks everybody's heart that he passed away and sudden the way it did, but we got take for what he taught us and we got to grow from there.
Do you see yourself in sort of that chain of passing down? I mean, obviously you're still active because you wasn't when you came into the league, but do you take on that responsibility? Do you like that role?
For me, any kind of tips I could give anybody as far as technique and anything like that, I'm willing to give it because we all got to be strong in this.
Along those lines, when they drafted Olu, what's that relationship been like over the last month or so?
It's been great. He's not shy to ask any questions. He's willing to work, and like today, was working technique after practice, trying to fine tune different things because you never know what could happen. And in this league, it's always the next guy because everybody has to be ready. So.
Is there a particular trait that stands out to you when you look at Olu's game from college to now?
You could tell that he's growing for what how he used to play in college. He's starting to see how things are done here, and he's adjusting pretty well.
When we spoke to Aaron a few weeks ago, he mentioned your lockers are near each other in the locker room. And he was talking about how cool it is to watch you kind of talk to the younger guys. What's it been like being around Aaron? It's
been great. He's one of the greats, and anything he tells you, you listen. Because it's always going to be something you haven't heard before. So you just take it what it is and learn from.
Have you allowed yourself to imagine what this offense could look like when everyone's together and healthy?
I feel like we could be a dominant offense, as long as everybody's on the same page, and I feel like we're getting to that point. And so, it's all as one, and we got to stay together on every step of the way.
You've been in the NFL for a little while. Just describe the type of leader that you are, whether it be by example or verbal.
For me, I've never been like a rah type guy. I try to stay neutral as possible. For me, it's I'm always leading by example because I'm never. It's weird for me being under a press conference right now and talking in front of you guys right now because I'm not a big talking guy. So I'm always leading by example. That's the way I always wrote. So,
did you learn anything last season in terms of managing yourself through the course of the year that you could apply to this year? You hadn't done in previous years.
Well, the system they had set up for me in Dallas was something they came up with, and it worked. And so, just pretty much it was me listening to whatever they tell me to do. And the same thing here. Whoever plan they have for me to take care of me here, I'm gonna listen and follow.